Can overwhelm us is by dividing us. If you are an agent of Fulani Caliphate, if you have come to do the bidding of Fulani Janjaweed in our land, I am asking you this very evening to retrace your steps. Because again, starting from this very day, anywhere Biafrans are killed, any governor, any police commissioner who tolerates the massacre of innocent people will pay very dearly for it. Will pay very, very dearly for it. Do not underestimate our resolve. Because this evening, first of all, I speak as a human being who is possessed of a compatriot spirit and empathy with the suffering of human beings everywhere, especially in the zoo that Britain created called Nigeria. Second, I speak as a witness to the suffering of Biafrans at the hands of their so-called fellow citizens in the zoo called Nigeria. And what we want to make abundantly clear is that we are warning everybody who is a stakeholder in the zoo about our determination and our resolve to ensure that our land is defended. This is a resolution we have reached, and it is cast in stone. Amen. And you will now say,
Welcome, my amazing viewers. Thank you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you are joining from. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Thank you so much. And remember, welcome. Thank you so much for joining wherever you are joining across the world. I appreciate you. If you're joining from any part of the Biafra land, you're joining from the Zoological Republic, you're joining from any part of Africa, you're joining from any part of Asia, Europe, America, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, I appreciate you. AJ Chuku, thank you so much for joining. Yeah, no election. AJ Chuku, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate everybody who has connected, everybody who have joined this broadcast, wherever you are joining from. I say, may Chuku Kabiam continue to guide you, protect you, secure you. Elvis, Ano CK, you're welcome. I appreciate you. Please share the broadcast as you join. Share. You know, in this platform, we are having so many attacks. They attack calls to try to hinder us from sending out the information. So you are the one that's going to help me to make sure we push out the information so that it will get to people. Share, and click the like, click the love. Those are the way we can be able to overcome the attack that is coming. Thank you so much. My fellow Biafrans, as usual, you know why we come here on a daily basis is to encourage our fellow Biafrans, to encourage each other, to set the record straight and let the people know what is actually going on. That is why we come online on a daily basis. We don't come online to gossip or to attack anybody or to preach hate speech. All we do here is to encourage our fellow Biafrans to continue to stand firm until things get right. Ozi Chooks, thank you so much for joining. Oji, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. You see, today we are going to talk about another important topic. As you see, I've written there. There is no going back. There's no going back. We have to continue to forge ahead. It's either Biafra or nothing. This is not the time. It is no longer the time for gossip, not the time for debates. It is time to face reality. In the Biafra restoration, it is time to face reality. It is not time for debate. It is not time for gossip. It is time to face reality. And for those people who are real Biafrans, those of us that are real Biafrans who know what we want, who cannot be pushed aside. We cannot be bought or pushed aside. We know what we want. And nobody can distract us. Every single one of us who are true Biafrans, those of us that know what we want and know what we are fighting for, today, you can agree with me that we have passed the stage of gossip. We have passed the stage of debates. We have passed the stage of begging people. The stage that we are now is in this liberation stage, to liberate Biafra. And in that liberation stage, every genuine Biafran is on board. Just have it at the back of your mind. Every genuine Biafran is on board. You don't bother yourself whether this person is following or not. Just take it at heart that every genuine Biafran at this stage of liberation, they are all on board. Those people that Mazen Nandekan was talking about, that people who were born for this very mission to restore Biafra, every single one of them is on board today. If you're one of those and you're not yet on board, I wonder what you're waiting for. If you're one of those who is born for this mission and you are not yet on board, only God knows what your mission is. I'm not sure you are one of them. Today, we are in liberation state. And as you all know, this platform is a platform autopiloted by Chukwu Okike by himself, under the spokesmanship of Mazi Simon Ekpa and on the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is where we stand. We pursue the legacy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, hold on to the legacy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and every foundation that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have led. That is what we are building upon to make sure that nobody can pass with it. That is where we are. It doesn't matter what anybody is saying out there. It doesn't matter the propaganda they are pushing. It doesn't matter the distraction. They cannot distract us. The more they try, the more they fail. The more they continue to try to distract us, the more they continue to fail. That is why, at this stage that we are today, it is no longer time for gossip, propaganda, for blackmail, for debates. The stage we are is a critical time, liberation stage. Our spokesperson, Mazi Simon Ekpa, have made it clear what we are going to do and what we are pursuing. If you feel that what we are doing, you are not in line with it, you don't want it, you have a different way for you to get the Biafra, you have a different way to fight for freedom, it is left for you to forge ahead. It's left for you to forge ahead and build your own way. Build your own way. If you know that your own way that you know that can give you Biafra, go ahead and stop gossiping. Stop attacking people. Stop gossiping. Stop calling for debates. This time is a time of liberation. The autopiloted IPOB, the original IPOB established by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, autopiloted by Chukwu Okike himself today, under the spokesmanship of Mazi Simon Ekpa, on the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We know what we are doing. We know where we are heading to. And our strategy and plan have been enumerated by our spokesperson, Mazi Simon Ekpa. So if you are one of those who is still there, claiming to be a Biafran, and you are gossiping, you claim to be a Biafran, you are still busy. You are still busy calling for debates, seeking for attention. I wonder the kind of Biafra you're fighting for. I wonder the kind of Biafra you're fighting for. And from every indication, it is very clear that you are not fighting for Biafra. For those who are genuinely seeking for Biafra, every single one of them today is on board. They are on board, including all the group, every armed group in Biafra land, genuine ones who are fighting only for the freedom of Biafran people, who are fighting for the freedom of Biafra. Every single one of them is on board today. Every single one of them is on board, and they know what we want. They know what we want. They are in one group, and the only agenda every one of them have is to pursue the Biafran struggle and make sure that liberation of Biafra happens in 2023. That is where we are. Our spokesperson has opened up, he didn't hide it, opened up and told their strategy. Starting from the stopping of the election, we will stop the election and make sure they do not conduct any election in Biafra land because we are not part of the arrangement. The only thing we want is a referendum, and that is the only vote that will be cast in Biafra land. Anything outside referendum, you will not see it. Please, if you want to join the platform, keep your phone in this way. If you want to join the platform, keep your phone in this way, in a horizontal form. Then make sure that your rotation is on. That is the only way you can join the platform. If you keep your phone straight, you cannot be able to join. Thank you. So as I was saying, at this stage that we are now, every genuine Biafra today, every genuine Biafra, wherever you are, if you are genuine, you should know the state we are. And you know, it is not a time for gossip. It is not a time for blackmail. It is not a time for debate. It is not a time to fight against your own brother. It is a time for you to do that which you believe is going to bring Biafra. Just as Mazen Nanekano said, whatever you think you are going to do to make sure that Biafra comes, go ahead and do that. This is the time. As for the autopiloted IPOB, under the leadership of Mazen Nanekano, they have now enumerated clearly through the spokesperson of Biafra what we are going to do. We are going to make sure that election doesn't hold in Biafra land. And as we stop the election in Biafra land, they cannot be able to have a legitimate government in the Zoological Republic. And when they don't have a legitimate government in the Zoological Republic, the only option is to come to table with Biafra to conduct a referendum. If they refuse to conduct the referendum and they come by force, we are going to defend ourselves by all means possible. And let me tell you, the Biafran people are ready. We are ready, well armed. We are going to defend ourselves with the same equal measure they are bringing to us. With the equal measure that is called self-defense. Every single thing you see happening in Biafran land is going to be called self-defense. You see some of them, they are very quick to give you the example of Crimea. The Crimean people are defending themselves against the Russians. Against all, they are defending themselves. No matter whatever be their own decision, whatever get into the issue, they are defending themselves. That is the most important thing. And the same thing is what we're going to do in Biafra land, to defend ourselves. And in defending ourselves, we are going to defend ourselves with the same equal measure the enemy is bringing to us. That is how we're going to defend ourselves. And no man is going to stop it. You better stop trying. If you're one of those who is trying to stop the coming of Biafra in 2020, you better stop trying, because you're not going to succeed. You're wasting your goddamn time. You are wasting your precious time. You better commit your time to other things. There are so many other things you can do. So many other areas you can perform. Begin to think of how you are going to make your life better in Biafra. That is what you're supposed to be committed to. Begin to think of how you are going to live in a new nation that is coming. That's what you're supposed to be thinking about. That is the thing you're supposed to be thinking about. Don't bother yourself about the clowns who are hanging on in any angle in all part of the world. You know, don't bother yourself about them. Don't pay attention. It is not a time for debate. It is not a time for gossip. It is not a time to fight against your own brothers. Forget about it. Even when you see them attacking you, ignore them. Pretend as if you don't see them. They will be handled at the right time. When the time comes, they are going to be handled. They're going to be handled. There's no, don't trouble yourself. Today you see some people there are some there's some of them who are coming out today. They are calling for a debate. They are calling for a debate with the spokesperson of Biafra. You are calling for a debate. Are you serious? Like seriously? Like seriously, you are calling for a debate with the spokesperson of Biafra. You better go and look for something to do. Even when some of them they claim to be Biafrans, they have lacked a job. They don't have something to do. They claim to be fighting for Biafra. People that we know that are one Nigerianists. All of a sudden they come and tell you, and the first language they use most of the time, they tell you, no, we are all Biafra. I want Biafra more than you do. I have been fighting for this Biafra even before you came, before you were born. I was talking about it. I love Biafra. I want it for. This is the language they use. They will start telling you how good, how they want the Biafra more than you do. But go and check what they have been doing for years. Go and check what they have been doing. These are the people who have been supporting the politicians that have kept you in slavery. The same people who have been empowering the politicians that have kept you in slavery, today they have come on board again. Today, every one of them have woken. When the politics ends and they feel that there is no money coming for the politics, they are not getting favor again, they are not getting attention, they begin to divert and look for where attention is. Our Supreme Amazing Nandekan has become an idol, an icon. Any place you mention his name, his flag or whatever, flag of Biafra, it becomes a moving train. Everybody follow. And that is why you see all of them jumping out from all corners, coming to use Nandekano's name, using his flag, using the flag of Biafra, name of Biafra. They will come and tell you, we have Biafra, using the Biafra more than you. And that is why one of them is coming out to challenge. He said he wants to have a debate with our spokesman. I'm not going to mention his name. He doesn't deserve mentioning his name in my platform. I can't mention him, neither the name of his platform. Some of you must have seen the videos. Some of you must have seen the nonsense he wrote that he wants to debate our spokesman, Master Simon. We don't have time for that. Master Simon has no time for such debate. We have crossed that stage. The stage we are now is that if you know that you are capable, if you know they are capable, there is something you are going to do to bring Biafra, go ahead and do it. Just go ahead and do it. That is the stage we are. It's not a time to gossip. It's not a time to come out and begin to speak unnecessarily and begin to waste your time on this show. It's a time for you to make things happen. If you want to join the platform, please make sure your phone is in this form, in a horizontal way. Keep your phone in this way. Don't keep it straight. If you keep your phone straight, you cannot join. Keep your phone in a horizontal form, and again, make sure you click your rotation on. That's the only way you can join the platform. Thank you. So as I was saying, the state we are now, some people who claim to be Biafrans, some of them claim to have worked with Mazin Nanikan, some of them claim to have fought with Mazin Nanikan, some of them claim to have done this or that with Mazin Nanikan. But today, even when Mazin Nanikan is working with the time that we're in, he is working with time. So none of them could be able to dictate the time that we're in. They don't know the time we're in. Let me tell you, the Biafran people, the original, the people who are originally Biafrans, they know where we are. They know where we are. This is not the time to gossip. It is not the time to look at your left and right and begin to talk. It is not the time to begin to talk about irrelevant issues. It is time for us to focus on the restoration of Biafra. The liberation has started. It has already started. Water everywhere. The only thing is that some of them are deaf. Even when they have their ears open, they are deaf. Some of them, their eyes are open, but they are blind. They can't see. Yes, can't see. But I'm here because of our Biafran people who can see. Those of us who are Biafran from the heart. Those of us that Mazin Nanikan talked about, who are born for this mission. I'm here for you. Every one of us have to pay attention to the time that we're in. It's a very critical time, a sensitive time at that. Mainly, if you are watching from Biafra land, if you're watching from I say it in all the broadcasts, I say it again and again. If you're watching from Biafra land, please pay attention to every information that you hear. From the autopiloted IPOB, under the spokesmanship of Master Simon Egba and the relationship of Master Nandeka, pay attention to every information that you hear. From all the autopiloted platform, pay attention. Follow Master Simon Egba on Twitter. Listen to Voice of Biafra, 97.5 FM. Information is key. If you have the information, you are going to scale through. Do not joke with any information you get at this point. This is a critical time, a sensitive time that you must pay attention to every single thing happening around you. Please share the video. As you are joining, share the video on your platform. Share to family and friends. Make sure you spread the news. Don't keep it yourself. Don't be stingy. Still share it in any platform, any WhatsApp group you belong. Share. Keep on sharing it so that they can join us. That is where we can be able to overcome the oppression we are having on Facebook. But there are a lot of oppressions out there. And as I'm saying, we have to pay attention to the time we're in. It's a time of liberation. And the liberation has started. Liberation has started. And there's no going back. No going. You cannot take us back to where we have passed. You can't take us back. That is why when you look at the topic I said there, it is no longer time for gossip. It is no longer time for a debate. It is time to restore Biafra. If you feel you are man enough, you are born for this mission. If you feel you are man enough and you sincerely want Biafra, the date for the coming of Biafra have been signed by Chukwu Kabiama himself. Mazin Nandekano talked about it when he was done. He told us that before 2023, that the solution of the problem will be destroyed. What it means is Biafra is going to come. And Master Simon Ekpa came back and repeated the same statement that 2023, Biafra is coming. Some people are still doubting. And the enemies of Biafra are fighting to see that it doesn't come. The Fulani themselves, the Caliphate themselves know that he's coming and they are scared. They are scared. They are scared, doing everything possible to see that they can be able to thwart it. But you cannot stop a moving train. You cannot stop the coming of Biafra. It doesn't matter how you try. The more you continue to try, the more you fail. The more you try, the more you fail. You can't stop the coming of Biafra. You can't stop it. Just as the common saying that we all say, we say Biafra is a spirit. But it's so sad that many people who say that Biafra is a spirit do not believe that it's a spirit. People who sing it as national anthem, every time they say Biafra is a spirit. But when the way they behave, you will know that they don't really believe that Biafra is a spirit. Because if you believe that Biafra is a spirit, you don't speak anyhow. If you believe that Biafra is a spirit, when there is a prophecy that Biafra is coming, you have to take it with all your heart. You have to confess it with all your heart. You have to believe it with all your heart. That is how to show that you really believe in Biafra. And you know that Biafra is a spirit. But go and check all of them. Every single one of them are singing as a song. Biafra is a spirit. Biafra is a spirit. Now that we are in the liberation mode, none of them seem to believe that Biafra is a spirit. They don't believe anymore. That is why some of them are talking from their two sides of their mouth. That is why some of them are so scared. They are so scared. They can't afford to be able to wait and see the Biafra come. They are scared because they know that their evil agenda cannot strive in Biafra. They know that their fraud cannot strive in Biafra. They are afraid of the known. They are afraid of the known. They are so afraid that they know that they cannot be able to strive in Biafra land. They are afraid of the known because they know that they will not be relevant when Biafra comes. So they are trying to stop Biafra, and then they use the struggle as a career. But let me tell you, just as our spokesperson, Master Madam, have said, we know who the true enemy is, and we are after the true enemy.
Are yet to wake up from your slumber or your sleep and get the point that we are exiting Nigeria. Exiting Nigeria is not going to come from the platter of golden plate. You have to sacrifice for it. And we are ready to sacrifice everything, including you, if you come and stand in the way of freedom. So you need to know how serious we are. We are damn serious. Some of you are not getting it. You think we are here to build political movement? We are here for freedom. Freedom comes with price. Okay? The only thing you can do is to comment on social media. Don't ever stand on the way of Biafra freedom. We'll crush you.
Their interest is suppressed. Biafra is the key. Once they can hold Biafra down, they can hold all of Africa down. Hey, freedom fighting, sorry. Because all these people are criminals. They are saying there is no way this man cannot be a criminal like themselves. They don't have a different breed altogether. They don't know that. I am Nnamdi Kanu. I don't do all this nonsense you do. My father was a very rich man, not ostentatious. I had the finest education that his money could afford. We are not poor. Have never been. That is why a poor man cannot be a freedom fighter. If you're not full of yourself, you cannot be a freedom fighter. You have to go everywhere. We must continue.